Coming up on Lindenwood News, a group of Lindenwood students traveled to New Orleans and helped the area recover from recent storms.
Plus, there's a new coffee shop that's opening near the St. Charles area.
And we will take a look at the upcoming football season for the Lindenwood Lions.
Those stories and more ahead on Lindenwood News. Welcome to this edition of Lindenwood News. I'm Carmen Lumpkins.
And I'm Tori Hatton.
Within Lindenwood campus, a Christian organization named Crew had their yearly spring break trip to New Orleans. During this trip, Lindenwood and other schools from this organization gathered together to plant trees to help out NOLA, as it is recovering from a hurricane. A student from Crew had this to say.
For me, it's really sweet to get to physically help people and restore dignity to people who've experienced loss like that. It really is crazy to watch a group of people. We went with 5 different schools from around St. Louis whose spring breaks all aligned. We really got to bond together and work and that tree planting. It's so amazing what a shared.
With this once-in-a-lifetime experience of aiding people who experience hardship, these schools came together to help out a community in need.
Students spent the afternoon decorating the sidewalk outside of Evans Commons, all for a good cause. The event, organized through the History program, is a celebration of Women's History Month. Students chalk the names of notable St. Louis women to honor their contributions and achievements. By the end of the day, the sidewalk was filled with colorful writing, highlighting the impact these women had on the area. Dr. Colmo, who helped organize the event, says that this celebration of women is crucial.
St. Louis women in general are contributing to life every single day all around us. And I think it's really important for our campus to recognize that, especially given what's going on in the world today. It's really important now more than ever that women are given the attention that they deserve.
You can visit the sidewalk in front of Evans Commons to learn more about the local women who have worked to improve this community.
The franchise coffee shop, based in Oregon State, makes its way near St. Charles, Missouri. Dutch Bros Coffee has mostly populated the Northwest region, but as they continue to grow, they found a place in O'Fallon, Missouri, just 15 minutes down I-70 West from Lindenwood. Students and other locals have a brand new coffee spot.
Really mission decision is just Dutch Bros just wants to get in everyone's community. We want to be, in driving distance so everyone can get their coffee and, have a good day. And so I think just getting out here into a new area.
Dutch Bros will be the first in the area. The next closest location is in Kansas City, Missouri. Coffee lovers in St. Charles and nearby will have the chance to try Dutch Bros caffeinated drinks as well as their shakes, lemonade, tea, smoothies, and more.
Straight ahead on Lindenwood News, we will take a look at Lindenwood's upcoming football schedule and the biggest matchups for next season.
Plus, the men's ACHA Division II ice hockey team played in the national championship last Wednesday against Montana State. Find out if they took home the trophy, coming up on Lindenwood News. A vacant hotel is set for a makeover. St. Louis's Millennium Hotel has sat empty for the last 11 years, but there are plans for a $670 million redevelopment. Reporter Parker Killian is here with more.
After more than a decade standing as a vacant structure, St. Louis has decided it was time to revitalize and create a new and improved Millennium Hotel at the same very spot. I spoke with St. Louis residents who are thrilled with the upcoming redevelopments, believing it will attract more visitors and bring more business to the city.
1 month ago, the Land Clearance for Redevelopment Authority in St. Louis chose Cordish Company, known for their preeminent international large-scale developing success and expansive expertise, to redevelop the sites of the long-vacant Millennium Hotel downtown.
Well, of course, the previous building has been vacant since 2014, and the realty group that owned it didn't want to get rid of it. So in 2024, the city threatened to use eminent domain to take the building from them. That was a very controversial move because a lot of people think the city shouldn't be threatening to use eminent domain in a manner such as they did. Well, that issue was kind of made moot when the Arch Park Foundation bought it outright from the realty group that owned it. And now the city is in cooperation with the Arch Park Foundation and a private developer to build a new space here that would include an amphitheater, there'd be some residential spaces, some office spaces, and some public use spaces.
This new hotel is going to cost roughly $670 million. As of now, the plans for the development of how exactly the new building will look are still being finalized, but alongside the excitement St. Louisans are feeling about the attractions that will come with the hotel, many of them are also looking forward to the economic benefits that will follow the creation of the new hotel, including Kate Neer, assistant brewhouse manager of Hyatt Regency Hotel, who hopes the hotel will attract more and more visitors as far as not only checking out her hotel too, but the city altogether.
And that did draw some excitement, obviously, again, to the downtown area because that had been, closed down for so long. And so we're kind of curious to see what kind of business that does draw for us and if it brings more locals back downtown to bring business back into our hotel.
Cordish Coast is now under contract to purchase the site of the Millennium Hotel. The first step for the revitalization project will be demolition of the old hotel. Back to you.
Thanks, Parker. It will be interesting to see the redevelopment process. And in sport news, the men's ice hockey team capped off their season on a high note last Wednesday.
That's right, Carmen. Lindenwood's ACHA Division II ice hockey faced off against Montana State for a national championship. Kendall Michelson is here with more on this story.
For the first time in program history, Lindenwood men's ACHA Division II hockey won a national championship. They took down Montana State University last Wednesday afternoon at the Seton Community Ice Center in Maryland Heights, Missouri. Many think the road to a national championship is easy. However, it was quite the opposite for Lindenwood. In order to get the semifinals, the Lions had to take down the previous national champions of the league, the Indiana Hoosiers. The Lions then had to take down Florida Gulf Coast in the semifinals in order to reach the championship. FGCU was the only of 3 teams to hand Lindenwood a loss in the regular season. Finally, the Lions had to defeat Montana State Bobcats to take home the trophy, a team that swept them in previous years. While the final score was 4-1, the Lions and the Bobcats were neck and neck throughout most of the match. It was not until the end of that the Lions had added some extra padding onto their win. Lindenwood put pressure on the Bobcats immediately, scoring the first goal just in the 5th minute. The Bobcats mustered up a response to the things around the 14th minute mark. The first period ended with a tie, both teams hungry to hoist the trophy. In the second period, Lindenwood took advantage of the Bobcat penalty, and Logan Milhausen sounded the goal horn with the help of Nolan Cole and Ethan Christofferson at the 9th minute mark. The Lions added another goal moments later, despite being outshot 2-4 in the second period. The Lions put up 2 goals that were key to the victory. The score remained 3-1 for most of the third period. However, with only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play, Brett Robinson took possession of the puck and fed it to Milhausen to score the final goal. The final score was 4-1 following the match. Dak Luka was named MVP of the match with the win. Lindenwood completed its season as national championships in a record of 37-3, one of the best records in program history. The Lindenwood football schedule was released for the upcoming season. The Lindenwood Lions will start this year off against the University of St. Thomas, a team that had their biggest blowout game against last season. They will have 3 new opponents to look forward to. They will go to Appalachian State University in North Carolina and meet Miami University of Ohio for the first time. Miami last season finished second in the Mid-American Conference. Lindenwood's other new opponent this season will be Stony Brook University, who the Lions will host at Hunter Stadium.
Thanks, Kendall. That's it for this edition of Lindenwood News.
Thanks for joining us.